well. So that is what the overview section look like. So what I'm going to do in this video is like, first I'm going to showcase you what each of this model does, how to set up a project within each of this model, and in the final section of the video I'm going to go into each of this model, because each of this model takes couple of minutes or 10 minutes or something like this to actually finish that project setup. So I will go through each of this model and show you what are the data you can get, what kind of features are available within in a quick overview, so you can get an idea on what all the data, which all the features SEMrush project set. So first let's start with setting of each of this model. The first one we are going to take a look into is called position tracking. Position tracking is basically means a Google SERP tracker or Google rank tracker, where it means, or it simply means that you are going to be monitoring certain keywords which you are targeting on where they are ranking on Google search engine, at what position they are ranking, what are the changes happening, how your competitors are performing. All this data is going to come through this particular model. First, I'm going to click on setup. And when I click on that, it will pop up a wizard kind of way. This will be the similar for all the different models. Basically, it will ask us more details on how we want to set up this campaign. The first is going to be like what kind of domain you want to track. For example, if you're brand new, you don't have any complex requirement, most of you will be just taking as root domain. And that is a good one, because similar to my website where I want to track all the pages which is coming from my root domain directly. I don't have any subdomain or something like that. I have a root domain. I want to track all the website ranking. Most of you will have this as a requirement, but in case if you are having an additional requirement like, no, I don't want the root domain to be tracked, I want to have this particular subdomain to be tracked, you can select that. Or you want to have been tracked only this particular web page. I don't care about other web pages. I don't care about website. I only care about this web page. You can obviously choose that, or a subfolder within you, something like my blog, digitalmarketingmind.com/blog. I want to only see any URLs within that particular permalink. So I can choose that. In this case, I recommend you to keep it as root for most of you website of owners. And you have only two different options in SEMrush. Either you can track on Google or Baidu, depending on your need. They do not have Bing support as well. And also you can choose the device. Here you basically say, when tracking for ranking, which device you want to track the ranking from. Whether do you want to be desktop, mobile, tablet. This, you can also do a custom rank tracking. I will show you within the campaign based on different devices, but this just to give a starting point for SEMrush. If you notice that most of your visitors or your target audiences visiting your website through mobile, then obviously it makes sense to track the rank tracking also from mobile as a core one. But if you're just not sure, or just to understand, just keep desktop or mobile, whichever one is fine, depending on your need actually. Most of the websites will not care that they are ranking worldwide for certain keywords, because their target markets could be a one country or a state or even a city in case it's a local business website. So I want to focus my ranking towards that particular geographical location. I can obviously choose that from here. Let me type something so I can show you. For example, I am putting new as a word, and it automatically brings up country data, city data, state data. So depending on my need, I can track for a whole country or a state or a city depending on my need. In this case, I'm just going to leave it as United States for an example. Let me load it up, and I can choose the language depending on my need as well. For example, these are options available for United States. Depending on the country, these might change. And in case if it's a local based business, since Google provide Google business profile, Google business listing, they will have some sort of Google map pack for certain keywords, where you will see some sort of map and you will see Google businesses within Google search results. In case you do have one of Google business profile, you can obviously give the name for your Google business. It will identify, and you can include that into the rank tracking settings also. Since in this case it's just a digital marketing blog, it's not a business, local business, I do not have a digital GMB profile, so I'm going to skip this one. So the next step is going to be the keyword. We have added the URL or the scope. We have added the device we want to target. We have added the regional preference. Now we actually want to include what are the keywords we want to track. Here also, this is just to get started on this campaign. Obviously, you can add more keywords once the campaign is created also. So if you're writing a brand new blog article, you might have a new keyword you want to track. You can come back to this project and add more keyword as well. But this is just for starting point, where they have a couple of different methods to bring keywords into the project. Basically, the manual is basically, in case if you already know what are the keywords you want to target, you can obviously include something like SEO tutorial. I know I'm going after that keyword. If I can spell it correctly, SEO tutorial, maybe digital marketing blog or something like that, whatever the keyword can be, and you can just add the project. And also, if you want to tag the keyword, like you want to group the keywords based on different criteria depending on your need, you can do that by following their tip and their filter guidelines. And also, if I go into campaign, basically what it means is, in case if I have a separate campaign within my SEMrush where that campaign has all the keywords list or something like that, I can bring that data from that particular campaign into this project as well. SEMrush is where I use SEMrush itself to find keywords for me. I do not recommend this approach because when you are tracking keyword data or SERP data, Google ranking tracking, you just don't want to go out and track every single keyword because that's not efficient way. You need to identify what are your focus keyword, what are your target keywords, and obviously track only those keywords so you can keep your rank tracking focus on. So my suggested way is to go through SEMrush keyword tools, organic tools, identify what are your main keywords and bring those keywords into the play, or any external means also, like any additional third-party tool or something like that. But in case if you want to bring from SEMrush, you can have several different options. You can from their domain report, AdWords for PPC or ad keywords, phrase report and phrase reported full. For example, I'm going to click on domain report. I can choose my domain and how many keywords do I want to bring in from this report, as I can say go up to 200. In this case, just for example, I'm going to click on 10. You can see it automatically brings in 10 different keywords which I'm ranking, so I can get a more idea on it. In this case, just for example, I don't recommend it. I'm going to add those keywords without checking any of these keywords additionally and add it to my tracking profile. And there's another option as well, which is Google Analytics. Like, I'm not going to show it right now, but basically the concept is, in case if you have a Google Analytics profile for your website, you can obviously connect your profiles to Google Analytics and it will show you all the keywords which Google Analytics shows within their dashboard. So it can bring those data into this. Here also, it's not going to be fully accurate because Google Analytics won't show most of the keyword data. So you might end up finding some of the hidden gems or hidden potentials, or it might be just a junk data for you. So depending on each of you guys' personal Google Analytics profile, the data will be differ. So these are the options available. You can also import it from file. You can see it can be either text, CSV up to 10 MB. So if you have a huge list, you can import it directly from the file. For this sake, I'm just going to leave it at this 12 keywords. It shows 12 keyword, like what is my total limit and how many I'm tracking currently now. And in case if I want to receive weekly updates for this tracking position, I can do that as well. For example, I don't have time to come to every week to check into SEMrush on what is the progress like I just want to get a simple update email every month, every week. I can turn this option. I'm not going to do that. Just click on start tracking. That's it. Now I have set up my position tracking. It will take some time depending on how many keywords you have entered into this column. I'm going to go back so I can show you. It will take some time. You can see it's gathering keyword data right now. So while that is